Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to Factorio, pYanodon's Season 2. We are back, and we are doing stuff. I got a zoom mod, which is still kind of janky, but other than that, I got the car finding mod that we talked about. I uninstalled mini loaders like we talked about. I installed remote configuration like we talked about, so that I can see what buildings are doing from a distance, and I can change their recipes and such. It's very handy, because it the zoom is definitely different. Hard to explain. But it allows you to even set things like filters or delete, fluids. It's not quite long reach though, because I can't like grab rails out of this chest. So I actually think it's quite fair. It's just nice to be able to not have to walk somewhere to mess with something. I think personally it's, after playing with it, I don't know how I ever played without it, to be honest. UPS of mini loaders, I mean, kind of. It's just that as soon as the update showed up where regular loaders can load into trains, there was really no point for mini loaders anymore. Because regular loaders are better for UPS, and now they can do everything that mini loaders can do. So there's not really a purpose. So that's a thing. Okay, and what else was I doing? I don't remember. We worked on chromium last time. And that's down here somewhere. This is glass. We need some light. That is true. The circuit set filter is one thing that mini loaders can do. That's very nice. Okay, so we've got chromium. Let's bring this up to where we have the other metals. Yeah, I'm not digging this zoom mod. I think I need to get rid of it for now until it has some more settings. It's a cool idea. It essentially lets you zoom out a lot further while you're in character form, which is nice. And it also lets you, in map view, zoom in as close as you want, which you can't currently do. And then you can shift to zooming out as far as you want, even in map view. So it is handy. I just think it's changing things a little bit too much for me to enjoy using it. So I'm gonna get rid of that real quick. I'm gonna pause the recording and BRB. All right, we have returned. So we were working on using chromium for something. Ah, medium power poles, that's what it was. So for medium power poles, I already forget what we needed. Do we even have all our metals in the same place? We just have chaos. Chaos is reigning supreme right now. I know I have iron over here somewhere. Looks like I have duralumin over here. No, that's processed iron. We only have a half belt of iron. Is all of this only a half belt? Not even a half belt. Wow. Classic pYanodon's. And it looks like it snakes all the way around and goes over here. Yeah, I've got a little bit of everything. Yeah, the game being a single thread kind of thing definitely affects some janky setups to be possible. Okay, what am I doing? Looking up medium power pole recipe. That's what we're doing. Chromium, aluminum, and copper. Okay, well we already have aluminum right here. So if I can just get some copper. Hey, look, copper. Perfect. Oh, look, this was splitters at home before splitters existed. But we can fix that now. Oh, right, I still don't have long inserters. I cannot longify that inserter, but I can do this. And now we have copper and aluminum. And we'll bring over the chromium. We will spaghettify things, don't you worry. Okay. It looks like I can craft that, so I'm just gonna let that happen. I have no idea what it costs anymore. Chromium. Wait, you still use fuel? I've been bamboozled. I need the... Oh, right. These require the gearboxes. That's why we're doing it this way. After all this time. Okay, so new plan. The coke that's over here continues to here. And you make copper cable. And then you need to filter out ash. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Where are you at, my friend? Oh, didn't? I wonder if there's a way to remove all these barreling. Probably not. Probably not. What am I currently doing with all the ash? Throwing it into buckets. Do I have an ash disposal? I do. Ash disposal's over here. So we can just bring that down instead. Prevent tomorrow Krydax from suffering a headache. And we have done it. Almost. He says triumphantly. That'll go on the wrong side, won't it? Yeah, sure will. Okay, power, power, and that. Yay! Actual progress. And we're out of inserters. Ooh, we're out of all sorts of things, aren't we? We're out of duralumin, which we have more of. I am in the right spot for running out of duralumin. Yeah, reading the Factorio bug reports is going to be an interesting pastime, that's for sure. Because they're always going to be something really weird and obscure. Because Factorio does not have any normal bugs left. All of the bugs are very intricate and not normal bugs. So, we are done with the old wooden power poles. Boy, does that feel nice. And it enables some more setups too, being able to reach 3 tiles instead of 2 tiles. What's up, Stitches? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so fish. Fish are a thing. Chromium for medium power poles. We did glass. I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. So let's go look at fish. Fishy, fishy. Where are you? So, fish need lots of lamps. And we're not going for, let's see, what did I put the amount to? Delete that. 100? Yeah, I don't need 100. Wait, how is that set on 100? I only need 20. Oh, it's not linked. That's bad. If it's linked, shouldn't it be providing to that? No? Isn't that literally the point of linking? Odd. Yeah, I think new Helmod has a little bit of bugs, but this one should be working. It's not even on ingredient input, it's on regular input. Isn't that supposed to work properly? Interesting. I wonder if it's because it's the first recipe of the I don't know, the whole production line, that something's weird about it. Well, whatever. Let's see what 20 fish oil a second requires. That still might be too much. How about 10? Ah. Bit jelly that Woob gets to do, Space Age. Truly new development. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. Biomass, fish eggs, oxygen, copper, glass, iron, copper, coal? What's the coal for? It's just fuel. Okay, so we need some form of fuel. Salt. Salt is weird. How am I doing saline water right now? I'm doing this. There's a stone version, right? Yeah. I'm just doing the stone version. You can make saline water from salt, but that's not what I'm doing right now. And then fish eggs. So this is where things will get interesting. I assume the first recipe is the one we're gonna get. Fishy. Oh look, we're ready for the research. I think I can make that. I have no idea about phytoplankton. That's the recipe we already saw. So we have to do fish to fish eggs, back to fish. You know, it's the classic loop. The classic loop. Oh, it's not in the correct order. It always bothers me when they're not in the right order. I don't know why. Like, the sorting is off. It should go breed fish egg 1 before breed fish egg 4. Recipe group is the same. Recipe subgroup is the same. Recipe category is the same. Recipe order is the same. So the order shouldn't be the same. That should be A. And then B. I think that's how it's supposed to go. Anyway. So we've got that one. It uses 0.3. Wow. So half of the fish that I make need to get rerouted as eggs. So that's a lot of... That's a large cost. For now. Okay, we need phytoplankton, which grows from tin. Interesting. Grade 1 tin, which is just, oh, it's 2 steps of processing. That's annoying. So grade 1 tin comes from crushed tin ore, and then we can also crush the grade 2 into grade 1. And let's see. That's not right. Then we get extra grade 1 out. So there's just some percentage for this. I think matrix solver will work. Where's the button? There it is. Nope. Did not work. Does that have to be above it? No. Matrix solver is usually pretty good at this kind of thing. Yeah, the randomization of which grade turns into which grade and which grade is actually the thing that you need more is kind of odd. I at least am appreciative that grade 2 is always the same picture for each ore, so you at least can like visually know which one's 2 and which one's 1. But why is it doing this with the... Oh, is it the stone? Ah, sorry. So this is a feature in Hellmod that some of you know about, some of you don't. You can control or shift click... Oh, it's not working. Oh, it doesn't work in Matrix Solver. Is that right? That should work. So, yeah. There are definitely some weird things about Hellmod. Like, I should be able to say, don't care about the stone in this recipe. And then it would matrix solve it, but as if this recipe does not output any stone. But it doesn't seem to work. I thought it worked in Matrix Solver, too. But I could be remembering that wrong. That might just be something that's never worked in Matrix Solver. Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. What if I put a different stone providing... Like, what if I just put stone mining... where is stone mining, by the way? Like, from the earth. Just regular old mining the stone. There it is. With ye old electric mining drill. What if I put that first? And then I matrix solve? Then we get lucky and it works. Okay, cool. So, this is a mess, but it gets us a fish oil from stuff that we understand. Goodness. Goodness me. I'm also gonna need about 30 fish farms. Good God, that might be too many. 30 fish farms. That's probably too many. But let's look at what we need. Did I look yet at what these need? Pumps, labs, intermetallics, circuits, steel, duralumin, a bunch of glass, and lead. I need a bunch of washers. We really need to set up a mall at some point. I need those steam engines. Minimize that for now. Let's just grab a bunch of crafting materials. Gonna go need some more circuits, grab some steam engines. I'm very grateful for the improved what needs to go in here? Small parts? The improved inventory from the armor. By subgroup, you mean a lower level for the Hellmod thing? Yeah, this is usually I reach my limit when I get to about 1 page that I start wanting to add things to subgroups. So like I could put these in their own group, you know, like that, and then that works. I don't think that would fix the stone problem though. Yeah. Ooh, I can't control click or shift click when it's a group. Interesting. Wait, what the? These are not saying the same number. Ha! That's for sure a bug. This is telling me it's outputting 4.31, but when I actually enter the block, it's not outputting 4.31. Someone clip this moment so I can link it on the GitHub for Hellmod. Because yeah, this is not how it's supposed to be. I wonder, does this have to be on Matrix Solver too? No. Huh. It's super interesting. So weird. Yeah, I mean, the new functionality is amazing, but there are still some kinks to iron out that are quite evident. Now what? Now it's not doing anything? Weird. Okay, well, we need it to output 0.31, so I can just type that in for now. I'm sure a lot of these bugs... Well, and then it broke again using the matrix solver, but I didn't even link it. Interesting. If it's unlinked... Oh, it's so weird. Oh, I do have 20% set. That could be part of the problem. I guess that's what matrix solver sets it to. But that could be why the linking wasn't working. No, that's not why. That wouldn't make sense. So as soon as I type a number into here, then matrix solver eats it up and uses the stone. So odd. Yeah, okay. Well, Helmod is still great, don't get me wrong, but there are some weird bugs with it right now. Alright, we're on our way to grab some circuits. Yeah, Pi is definitely a large inventory need mod. That's why we have the inventory size researches. Don't worry, and I added some extra tiers as well for that particular reason. Why did we stop loading any of these? What's going on? Oh, let me see. Alright, chip shooter, shoot me some chips. Anything else up here that I need to grab? Oh yeah, we never did the upgrade. The old turd. The old turd upgrade. So I want to select the fiber one. I think we decided. I mean, I don't know. This one's kind of nice. It does make it so much faster. Also technically more productive, only by 5%, but, you know. And eventually we are going to use something else for fiber, but whatever. I'm just doing it. Don't at me. So now does this change? Yeah. How did it change an in-progress recipe? How is that even possible? Uh-oh. It's also going to make biomass, which is going to be a problem. Let's see. We need to get rid of said biomass. Right, biomass. Only gonna come on the bottom side there. Let's get biomass out the top. And then... how does a burner work with biomass? I'm just curious. So it fuels it, but will it burn it? Nope. Alright. I know biomass is useful, but I don't really have use for it yet. I'm wondering if there's an easy way to just ditch it. Aha! The gas refinery. Or a high pressure furnace. So... what's up, Lodro? More drops? So that's 50 in 5 seconds. So that's 10 a second to make coal, but then that I have to get rid of. Whereas this is also 5 a second. Or that was 10 a second. So it's half, but yeah, we'll just do that. So I just need a gas refinery. Which I can make, thank goodness. Oh, that's a big... This is a very large disposal unit, but it'll work, I guess. Technically, I should keep the flue gas, but it's just there's so many things that you should keep. Is it really worth keeping all of them? Hey, look, I found lead. Let's see, those are 20k, those are 30k. I feel like 30k is a good number. Let's make a couple more of these. $30k is a good number. It is the price of crushing things. Indeed. Alright, I'll put that on the hotbar even. And we overflow that into a gas vent. Dunzell, Washington. Sweet. Alright, fish research is done. Cool, cool, cool. It will be our second living thing. I guess the plants are living. It'll be our second living animal. The fauna rather than the flora category. We need glass. Lots and lots of glass. I have here. And then I can only make 2 because of steel. Oh god, this is going to be painful, isn't it? I cannot wait for having them all. And bots. But then as soon as... Oh, I was actually right next to the steel. It's down here. As soon as we do that, though, we're going to be out of, like, all resources for a very long time. Okay, now what am I out of? Now we're out of pumps because we're out of engines. Good thing I just got some more of those going. How many small parts is it? 40 per engine? Oh my god, what's wrong with this game? Good gravy. 40 per engine. Can't even. I cannot even. Grabbing. I want pipes. Ah, they're right in front of me. Okay, grab some more pipes. Grab some more aluminum. Okay, now we need some more lead. Run around the factory like a chicken with its head cut off simulator 2024. My favorite game. Where am I making the lead these days? It was over here at some point, I think. That doesn't seem to be the case. Now it's up here? Oh, the zoom mod seems to have broken... Oh. Interesting. So Factorio by default has 2 different zoom buttons. One of them zooms in and out of this view. The other one lets you enter this view. And I think I just had them bound to the same key. Huh. Yeah. So, oh, I didn't mean to set that to escape. So we want that to just be mouse wheel up and mouse wheel down. I think that's normal. No, I changed that because of the zoom mod. Is this zoomed out more than normal? This feels zoomed out more than normal, though. And I uninstalled the zoom mod. Weird. Anyway, our lead is up here now. It's just a single step of screening, and that makes it more efficient. Who knows by how much, but... my lead chest is right here. Okay, we're gonna go with 10. That's gonna be enough for me to start. And then I need phytoplankton farms, washers, and slaughter houses. Phytoplankton farms need a bunch of glass. That's seaweed. There's those little phytoplanktons. Are they not in here? Oh, they're down here. No, that's the actual phytoplankton. Where is the phytoplankton? Oh, it's a different picture than I was looking for that picture. It's not that picture. I'll start with 2, I guess. Did I ever make the washers? Nope. Okay, now we really need to start expanding directions here. Like my base, this starter base mess is gonna get worse and worse and worse. So I'm thinking, which is dangerous, I start building here and towards the east, and we at least have some sort of like bus of metals. Or we can just carry on the spaghetti chaos. I don't know. What's up, Blue Squid? We started the pie run like a year and a half ago, but we just returned to it finally. So either way, I'm a poor creature. For sure. Let's leave more space. Like, that much space. Is that 10? 6 plus 3, that's only 9. Oh my goodness. I really need more nanobot range as well. Is that on my not too expensive research? Nope. We need green science. Dang it. Dang it even. I did get the Nixie tubes mod. I thought that could be handy. Thank you. Best of sanity and luck. I will need both. For sure. Let's increase our reach and then our inventory again. Let's start working on that. Okay, so there is our 10. We'll deal with power later. Our 10 fishy farms. And those need... Well, it depends on which one we're looking at. We need phytoplankton, which is a liquid, by the way. It is not solid. So the tin smelting... Where's tin smelting? Tin smelting is down here, where we do not have room to process it whatsoever. So we're going to need to make a new tin smelting area to do all the new fancy stuff. Which, oh look, it's all broken. Cool. Cool. Love it. Input 15. Okay, input 15. I don't know why that one is red rather than green, and why are none of these showing up? Elmod! Why is this one even more broken? To be fair, this is one I made before... Oh, wait. This one might not be... Yeah, I think this one was actually... I was looking at, like, how much steam do I need? Maybe, or something like that. But the new method nets us quite a bit more, and we don't need steam. Which is nice. Oh wait, the steam is for mining. Never mind. We still need the steam. Okay. So I need 6 jaw crushers, 9 screeners. I seem to remember screeners being really expensive. Is that true? Yeah, 60 steel. Wonderful. There is the microfilm. Is that that must be a reference that I don't get. Steel, where are you at? You're over here. No, it's aluminum. Steel is close, but not here. Where are you? Over here. Down here. Oh, come on, where is it? I swear, it's like... here-ish. Steel plate, which is really a beam. Alright, well, this'll find it. Aha! You know, that's not an easy to find spot. It is kind of hidden, in fact. Oh my gosh. I just don't have enough resources for anything. The pYanodon's is just absurd. Like, you're using half of an inventory to smelt 10 buildings. You know, in other mod packs, you can be like, oh yeah, I'll grab like 600 iron plates. That'll last me for a few hours. In pYanodon's, it's like, oh, I just used those 600 iron plates and I still have 7 more buildings to craft out of, you know, like I only got 2 of the 9 done that I'm doing. Oh, goodness. Crushers, we always need those. Okay. So we're working on all that for 10. Do I need anything else? I don't think so. I mean, we still need the furnaces. But less furnaces. Which is good. So we should just be able to take what we've already got and transplant it. So what I might do, in fact, is... Looks like we're actually short on 10 anyway. I think upgrading 10 was on the like list of things I need to do. And we're not even getting rid of the ash here, so this is all sorts of mess. So we're gonna cut this off. And I think I will just bring... That's all fine. I'll bring the 10 plates down on this belt. I'll deal with all that extra ore in a second. Maybe I should put that up closer. I'm gonna have to come back down here to grab all this anyway. Hoover it off the belt. Okay, so 10 smelting is gonna be over here. So first V crush. No, we don't crush. First V screen. Also, if you're wondering where exactly I'm building this, it's just kind of chosen at will. At willy-nilly. Okay, so ore cometh in. And then we do this. Hey, we did a research. Go team. We don't crush. Hey, in this case, it's good crushing, not bad crushing. Alright, so we bring all that over. That gets screened into various grades of tin. Exactly, Mast. Back to freight forwarding. Oh, I need to get more power poles. Let me go grab those. Where did I put them? Ah, by the Duralumin. And then this will be the small electric pole graveyard where we will slowly fill it up with all the ones we replace. We will need a lot of copium once we get further and further into this mod pack. Okay, so we've got both types. We need to filter, split them. And the... how does this work? The screen... so we smelt the grade 1, and then the crushers crush the grade 2. And I need more screeners than crushers. So I still need 2 more. Oh my god. The handcrafting that happens when you craft a building is just hilarious. I feel like at some point the game is gonna like be incapable of handcrafting buildings just because the chains of resources that it has to figure out to handcraft it is too difficult. Like, that's gotta be a thing, right? So what we want to do is jaw crush. Oh, that's 6, right? Yeah. And I will go do something like this. Yeah. You move down, power it up. 10, jaw crushing. Oh, the rates. I've not paid attention to rates. Rates are all fine on the jaw crusher. Rates are less fine on the input to the screeners. We actually need 2 each. Okay. This is just painful. You know, I guess we're not going to need another one. Because by the time I need more tin, we're going to be on to the next recipe. Alright, I think this is going to work. Output priority left. Grade 2 tin. Can I do 10 too? Can I do 10 grade 2 2 2 10. Why doesn't 10 2 find it? I wish it was a fuzzier search that you got. A little too precise for my taste. that, and then whatever comes out here, then we need to filter out the stone, which it looks like I have a solution for over here. So I'm gonna use this for my benefit. Wait, ash and stone? What is this belt doing? What you're doing, belt? Aha! The stone rejoins a stone belt over here. Perfect. So that is fine. So then stone to the right. These barrels are so annoying in the list for filters. Ugh. I only want... Is there a mod that puts barrels in a separate window? I wonder. Potentially. I don't know. Okay, anyway, then we just want to merge... I think... Hold on. I think I can do it this way. Well, no, they're not gonna... They all have to be on the same side is the problem. So I guess we can do that if these all become close. And then what I can do is prioritize, let's see, we always want to prioritize the second byproduct version of it. So we input priority left, and then we filter output right stone, and then we should have what we want. And then that gets smelted with the old stone furnaces. Feels so dinky in terms of the building sizes. And then I need fuel of some sort. Where's the nearest fuel? Looks like we got some down here. Yeah, Pi does love the huge buildings. It's true. Okay, so here's some fuel. Bring it up. These going. Nice, we only need one power pole for a chunk of 4. Okay, grab all this stuff on the other side of the belt. Baby, you got a stew going. We are gonna get tin. Or, 10. Of course we're gonna get tin. That's the whole point. Yes. We're gonna get ash, is what I meant to say. Which can also go on this belt. Ash to the right. And then tin. What is this? Is that the antimony oxide? Is that what that is? Yes. Alright, so then this comes over here, and we replace... Hey, KevMC, welcome back! Thank you so much for the 6 months. Very appreciated. I missed Pi too. Well, part of me did. Part of me was very glad to be rid of it for a little bit, but I did miss it. Alright, get rid of all this tin ore. And now we need to copy this little setup here. Bada bing, bada boom. Watch me run out of belts. We're so close to running out. Alright, I think that's 10. We need a lot more of these, of course. But of course, I don't remember how many. Was it 12? I think it was 12. Now I'm gonna run out of belts. Antimony? I always heard it said antimony. Interesting. I wonder if that's a EU versus US thing. Alright, 4 of these is... I have no idea what my rates were. I just need 12 and a half. Of course I need 1/2 more. Why wouldn't I? Okay, but for real, I think this is actually pretty dope, and it improves our tin output by quite a bit, and we get stone, which is a huge benefit, because free stone is great. You can do all sorts of wonderful things with stone. So now I just go down, hoover up all the tin ore off the belt. Excuse me. And I think we'll call it an episode after that. Keep streaming on Twitch, though. I can get rid of that filter now that I'm watchdogging. And I also want you to be a filter. I guess I can just do this. Alright, so now we just stand here like a dutiful vacuum cleaner. Better is to do this. Oops. And there we go. 10 is upgraded. Woohoo! Everybody cheered. Pew, pew, pew. 10 ore. Needs recipe. Am I really only mining a half belt? What's the situation here? Ah. You seem to be not thinking properly. That is 12 a second. So if I put them on 2 separate sides of the belt, we'd at least get 12 rather than 7.5. Which is all we can do with a half belt. And no longer I want to babysit this process. We're almost there. Okay, one other question I have for you all. What are your thoughts on a factory automation game podcast? Currently, as far as I can tell, no such thing exists. And there seem to be podcasts for everything. And so it's very surprising to me that there's no, like, podcast for, you know, Factorio lovers or, you know, Dyson Sphere Program or Satisfactory or Captain of Industry or, you know, all those types of games. They're an entire genre now, and there isn't any content around them apart from the content of people playing the game. So I think it's interesting that there's no like dedicated content around it. So I play them all, but who would watch it? You mean listen to it? Or do you mean, I don't know what you mean. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like, it's not for everybody. Some people really enjoy playing basketball, but they never watch basketball. And it's the same thing with podcasts. Like, I like a lot of things and never would even consider listening to a podcast about it. But there are certain things where I really would like to listen to a podcast. And I feel like a gaming podcast that is more niche focused rather than just a general, like, you know, broad generic gaming podcast, but is more like about this type of strategy game, or at least things adjacent to this type of strategy game, I think would be really interesting. And I've, like you're saying, Stitches, I've also searched for such a podcast and not found one. And yeah, so what I was thinking is, like, now would be a good time to start one, because I've got the default content of the Factorio Friday Facts, which is exactly what we would talk about every Friday, or I don't know if I would do it on Fridays, but like that would obviously be a good starting point for content. And then as the podcast grows, you know, I could branch out to other games. I could have mod spotlights, I could have guests. Like, how awesome would it be to like interview Troopin, you know, and talk to him about how he makes his videos. I don't know, there's just, I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff you could do with it. And it's been a little, I don't know what you call it. It's not an earworm. That's a song that gets stuck in your head. But it's like a brain worm. It's kind of just been stuck in there noodling around. And yeah, interview Dave, interview Bold Viking. You know, like, obviously, you want to interview people that want to be interviewed and, you know, are able. But the part of that's the skill of the interviewer. And I don't have, like, a huge interviewing skill base yet. Obviously, like, I have a presenting skill base as both a teacher and a streamer. But yeah, I don't know, Waskley. I think the goal would be to build a podcast that is focused on the factory/automation game genre, and it would include I think the goal would be to include a wide enough range of subjects, but not too broad, such that people are interested even if they're not just new players. Because I think the goal would be to be entertaining in the first place, so that even if you're not massively obsessed with, you know, the specific game we're talking about, it would still be interesting to listen to it. I think the goal would be to be informative and, you know, bring new information to people. I think the goal would be to be entertaining. Did I say that one already? Entertaining, informative, interesting. That was the other one I meant to say. So, like, having interesting discussions about game design, and, you know, like, someone was talking about on my Discord, like, why do inserters exist in Factorio instead of loaders? Like, loaders don't exist. I mean, technically they do under the hood, but they don't actually exist in the game. You can't build them. You know, only mods can add them. And so, like, why did they do it that way? Because in some ways these are worse. So why did they not just have loaders in the game? And why don't they do, you know, what am I trying to say? Like, why can't you do this in the base game? Why can't you, you know, so, like, talking about game design is super interesting. And so, yeah, all that to say, I think there's a lot of space for that niche, or niche, not sure how you say that word. I feel like both are correct, and I never can pick Caribbean versus Caribbean. Anyway, there's a lot of space in that niche where no one's filling it right now, as far as I can tell. And so I think it would be interesting to start one, and I'm really considering it. I'm not totally sure if I want to commit to it yet, and the problem is I don't want to start it unless I can commit to it. And so that's what I'm still trying to decide, is like, is this something I can commit to? Is it something I want to put some resources into? Do I really want to make it happen? Because I don't like doing half measures. Like, if I do it, I want to do it well. I want to actually make it like a podcast that would get uploaded onto podcast sites like Podcast Addict and what's the other one that a lot of, I mean, I know there's a lot out there, but there's like a big one that a lot of people use. And yeah, the other problem is I don't have a co-host, and I don't know if I could have one that's always around. Maybe eventually, like that could be a long-term hope, but I think it would start more as a one-man podcast, which is far less interesting, I think. And it's like, I think most podcasts I've listened to, you want a co-host. So it's kind of interesting that, like, yeah, I don't know. There's a few challenges, and it's like to have a co-host means you have to like get schedules together, and then it becomes even one step more official and difficult to make happen. But obviously, like if the right, you know, if the right situation were to present itself, where there's someone that I really vibe with, and like we have good banter, like that would be great, of course. So yeah, it's very interesting, and I'm not totally sure. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to structure it. One option, because yeah, I do agree that if you don't have a co-host, things get a little weird. So what I was thinking is to start, my co-host would be Twitch chat, right? I think a lot of Twitch live streams in the just chatting category are very podcast-esque, because the structure of Twitch allows for all of the commenters to kind of generate the banter that a co-host might or a guest might, and it still allows kind of a one-man team to have a discussion atmosphere. So all that to say, you guys are giving some great comments. Let me look at those for a second. Sviplet, adios. You might be gone already. YouTubers gather their own audience's questions. Yeah, like having a Q&A is obviously great. Numberphile is amazing. Stitches, one of my favorite channels. I love Numberphile. But they did for the 4X when they took two YouTubers with a very different approach to the game, created a good dynamic. Yeah, exactly. Like, it would be really fun to have Nilaus as a guest and to have, you know, Dosh as a guest, even at the same time. Like, that would be awesome. So yeah, there's like a lot of different ideas, you know, noodling around in my head. Walter, thank you so much for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. That's so awesome. Love the subs. Thank you guys. And yeah, Sumerian, Numberphile, I'm talking about potentially doing a factory game podcast. Yeah, a Discord call would only work though. So there's a big risk, Alor, to having a guest that isn't vetted properly. Like, in that if it's gonna be my podcast, and I do want to say to everybody on YouTube as well, because I want you guys to comment on this. This is an if, but like, the issue is that it's my thing. It's not like a group thing, and I don't want the quality. And I don't know how to say this without sounding a bit like a jackass, so I'll just say it. But like, I don't want someone that doesn't really know how to talk and entertain to be like a co-host or like someone that's producing it with me. As a guest, obviously, sometimes you're going to get people that are a little better at it, and sometimes you'll get people that aren't as good, and that then falls on me as an interviewer to like keep things flowing. But as far as like a co-host, it would need to be the right person, because I wouldn't want someone that can't kind of equate, it can't be in the same spot I want to be quality-wise, and so they would need to have the same goals as me, and like it couldn't just be anybody, you know, that likes Factorio. Like, there's a lot of people out there that like Factorio, but they're not the right kind of entertainer to be a co-host for a podcast about it. And so that's the difficulty with something like a Discord call, is yes, there's a ton of people. I could probably get any of you guys to join a Discord call and want to chat about Factorio. And maybe there'll be a space for that at some point, to have viewers like on a call, like a radio show, you know, like long-time listener, first-time caller, what do you think about, you know, Bob's adjustable inserters? And so like there's maybe space for that at some point, but there's also a risk there because you've got a lot of wacky people out there on the internet, and just letting anybody in on a Discord call can be a little risky. And so I would want a little bit of an established flow and vibe, and then if I was potentially going to have a co-host, I would want to have some amount of like meeting with them and almost interviewing with each other to make sure that like we actually want to do that together. So that's a huge project to like get to that stage, and it doesn't happen naturally or randomly. It would kind of need to be planned and thought out. So I don't think if I were to start a podcast, it would start with a co-host, because I'm nowhere near having one, and I don't think I would want to wait until it's like, oh, I find the perfect co-host and I'm waiting to start the podcast until then. So if I decide I want to pull the trigger, I am going to pull the trigger without a co-host. And it would not be subscribers only. It would definitely be, oh, you mean for like people who could join in the chat? Yeah, these are all interesting points, Aelor. And what does Brady do with number file? Yeah. Number file is different though, because Brady is more. I would say Brady's not the host. Brady's the cameraman. He's very background, and like sometimes his guests will engage with him, but I would say Brady is more of a documentarian. Number file's more documentary style with guests. It's like halfway between an interview and a documentary, which it feels very different than like podcast format. Anyway, these are things I've been noodling on. There's obviously a lot of great points you guys are making, a lot of good questions, a lot of good thoughts. Those of you on YouTube, I would love for... Oh, I haven't seen the Number File podcast. Never mind. I take back everything I said about Number File, because all I'm talking about is YouTube episodes. I've never heard the Number File podcast, so I might have to check that out. Now, I did used to listen to CGP Grey plus Brady doing Hello Internet, and that was one of my favorite podcasts of all time. I think Brady's amazing. I love CGP Grey, and so the Hello Internet podcast was great. Anyway, yeah, and so that's the other question: is it an edited format or is it unedited? Like, if I just do a live stream on Twitch and that is me recording the podcast, it would be unedited, because, you know, I would be taking that. I guess I could do some minor editing of that to the audio format podcast that then gets uploaded. But like the Twitch VOD itself would be a video podcast, a vlog, or what, I don't know, what do you call video podcasts? It's kind of like a vlog, but a little different. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of interesting space there to explore, and I'm not totally sure the exact direction I would want to go. So I'm not starting it this week for sure. Because there's still a lot of questions I have in my head. But it's something I'm very interested in, very eager to think about and talk about with people. So all of you on YouTube, definitely leave a comment. And for those of you on Twitch, stick around. I'm not done streaming pYanodon's for today, but we are going to be done with this YouTube episode because we've gone well over an hour, and that'll be a lot of pYanodon's videos, I'm guessing. But yeah, for those of you on YouTube, as always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next episode.